Hey everybody, welcome to my channel where I present hopefully useful information for living in Japan. If you're new here, hello! And if you're coming back, thank you! So today we're continuing with the Improve Your Japanese series. Today we will be talking about how to improve your writing in Japanese. As always, let's get right to the nits and grits. So for writing, as with reading, there's only one thing to do, and that is to write. That's right! For me personally, one of the best ways to remember things is to write things down. So when I was studying Japanese intensely, I would pretty much just copy the textbooks that I was using. I also didn't like to write in the books, so I would copy the questions and then write the answers both on a separate sheet of paper. Now that I'm older, I realize that I don't really go back to check my old books that often, so nowadays I'm more okay with writing in my workbooks and textbooks. Maybe you don't have to pretty much copy your textbook word for word, but even just writing out the answers in full sentences versus, for example, writing out single word answers will help you practice, of course, not just the grammar and the writing, but actually formulating sentences in your speech. If you're coming to learn Japanese, especially coming into it being an English speaker, the grammar is pretty much butt backwards for us. So I really do think that writing out full sentences in Japanese will help you to remember the sentence structures using more than just your eyeballs. Speaking of sentence structures, another thing that I would do when I was really trying to advance my Japanese was to try and write down sample sentences from the book and then try and change the words in the sentences with the other words that I know. For example, when I was starting out with sentences like 私は昨日宿題をしました then I would write down that first sentence and I would just change out the different nouns that I could swap out with what I already knew at the time. So some examples of the variations of sentences I would make with the above structure would be 私は昨日勉強をしました。私は昨日スポーツをしました。私は昨日料理をしました。And so on. As you learn more words and verbs, then you can swap out more things. An example of some other changes would be 私は一昨日勉強しました。私は昨日マクドナルドを食べました。Doing this again not only helped me to improve my Japanese penmanship, but it also helped me to really solidify the Japanese sentence structures within myself. Okay, so that's it for today's video. So as I mentioned, this is a series and I'm going to be putting out more videos on the topic of how to improve your Japanese reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So if you want to stay tuned for the next episode, which is about different books that you can use to improve your Japanese writing, please make sure to subscribe and I'll put that out hopefully sometime next week. Anyway, I'm going to try and make videos a bit shorter, but hopefully you guys get the same information. If you like this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe, as well as to gently tap the notification bell icon. If you have any tips on writing, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. As always, hope you have a super fantabulous day. Goodbye! You're such a cutie. I love your booty. You're such a cutie.